Well, Jasmine was suffering with severe anxiety, and she didn't want to go back to school after the June half term this year. So we were looking at alternative things for her to do, and some friends had used the horseshoes and handprints before. So I brought Jasmine along to their picnic day. Initially, Jazzy was really nervous and withdrawn, as she had been, and wouldn't come away from me. But then by the end of the day, she was off with Mara, and they were looking at the horses, and I was able to take my foster child at the time off and go in the woods and do things with him, whilst Jasmine felt confident enough to stay with the horses and Mara, so it was great. Yeah.
What do you think is the benefit of the horses and being outside?
I think it's a bit more about freedom. It's she just feels relaxed. It's just her and the horses. I think she doesn't feel any pressure. There's no pressures like there is at school. She doesn't have to feel like she has to conform like everybody else. She doesn't. It's just really nice, and she gets comfort from the horses. She's just they're like a bond. It's great. Yeah.
When you said about being anxious at school, people quite often say anxiety, it's just something to get over.
Yeah.
It has a huge impact, doesn't it? What
It does.
sort of impact has it had, being for her and for you?
Yeah, huge. Several months back, she wouldn't leave my side, and that gets very difficult. I mean, dropping her off at school when she's crying and you're having to try and prise her off of you, and you don't want to leave her in that state, and the teachers are saying, oh, she'll be fine, and actually they do try their hardest, but actually when that's continuing, it's day in day out, it's really wearing, it's upsetting for both of us. And you get to a stage where you think, oh, this just isn't getting any better, and you can't carry on like that. You have to draw the line. And it was definitely the right thing to do at the time to take her out of school. But obviously we didn't want her learning to stop, so I needed to find other things that she could be doing. And learning, obviously, there's so many things to learning. It's not just about sitting in the classroom. There's so much you can learn outside just by doing. And as a family, we are pretty much hands-on learners. We learn best doing that. So this is why this fits in so well with her. Yeah.
And what about you? It seemed to have had quite an impact on you too, just talking to you about it today.
Yeah. I mean,
you seem quite emotional about it.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's been hard, but it's nice to see that she's coming through it. And definitely with coming here, it's been great, really great for her.
Do you get the support that you need?
There isn't a whole lot of support out there. Even taking her to the GP and asking for referrals and things, the GPs say, well, I'm not sure there's going to be the funding for that. She doesn't meet the criteria for CAMS. Not sure if the NHS covers that. So we've had to find our own way, and thank goodness there is other alternatives and other things we can do. And I would highly recommend it for anyone else that's struggling out there with their children. Even if they are continuing to go to school, if they can come here, as an extra, or during school time, whatever, to build their confidence, and it's great.
What are you hoping for then for her?
That she carries on building her confidence, which has already been happening. Because she's found something that she really enjoys, I'm going to continue it in her life anyway, even beyond here, in years to come, because I hadn't realised how much she would enjoy the horses, and so the outdoor sort of life. Because we come from a farming background, but aunties and uncles had gone off in the farming route. My parents didn't, although we had it around us. We didn't really go down the line of the horses and the animals and that. But so Jasmine hadn't had those experiences. But now she has, so it's something we'll definitely continue with, because it's really helping her. Yeah.